www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Welcome back from that break. This is still the AM Club. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah, and of course, I'm not doing this by myself. My partner in Christ sitting right here. His name is Kojo. Since you guys want to mention his name is Kojo. Yes.
My name is not even Kojo.
Your name is what?
My name is Kwejo.
Ah.
It's Kwejo.
Which one is this KOJ?
And yes,
the fashion of life.
Yes. Because once a Kwejo na nkasa.
And you're selling.
I'm
romantic.
I'm on to me. That's one.
Very local.
Two Kwejo. Two.
The Kojo.
Why should grandpa mean any Kojo be many Jojo?
Well, we're getting into our stories for this morning, and of course, Kobe Edem is here with his pink African print.
Real men wear
pink.
Yeah, exactly.
And a touch of African way.
Yes, a touch of African way.
Me, where's your touch today?
No, this African. This is very, very African.
Hey,
Luna. Please,
mark hair wrong today.
Basically, this is very African.
This is very African. Show us the African.
It was made in Ghana.
Made in Ghana.
By a Ghanaian girl. Fabric was made here in Ghana. You can't tell me nothing. Okay. Alrighty. Since you have since now you have been convinced, let's move on to the
I've not been convinced.
And so you're picking with me, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pain.
Yeah.
Right. What is in the news?
Big story. Finally, we're going to hear from the finance minister.
Yep.
A lot of expectations, especially with taxes. Why? Because in 2024, into the 2024 election, one of the mantras of the NDC before winning power was to cut down taxes. That means the scrapping of the sort of e-levy, betting tax, COVID-19 levy, and we know how heavy they were on that. And then we had on Sunday during the X space with Khalije and the finance minister stating that, you know what, the budget is more or less like a key to economic success, quote unquote, in terms of resetting Ghana and building the economy we want together. So a lot of people are hoping to hear what he has to say, especially on taxes. Why? Because obviously it was one of the things they campaigned on in 2024.
But are you not worried a little bit about where then we're going to be trying to generate funds from to run this country?
You know, yesterday on the show, during the discussion, one of the guests raised a conversation about it, that, you know what, they can cancel these taxes, but then there might be a U-turn. So I think then the conversation about road toll reintroduction would come in, because it might be another avenue to generate money. Why? Because we know before the scrapping of it, we were told that it was generating some amount of money, which was substantial. Now was scrapped off. So then we might see like some reinvestment of the sort.
Well, as for the road toll,
with the road
it would come back.
But guys, I think it should.
As for the road toll, it would come back.
Because the road tolls and what they do for other countries, it's amazing.
That is the thing. In Ghana here, what is our road toll
going to do. So
what is
it's not
useful?
just about the reintroduction of the road tolls. It is if
The
it will serve its purpose.
True.
Because sometimes, really and truly, if you're not going to be using the money for what it is supposed to be used for,
then
why am I paying? Do you remember that there was a protest with lots of celebrities getting themselves involved I will not go pay the toll.
True.
And they get to the place and pass.
True. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that very well.
Yes.
I know stage. Is it stage?
No, Chris Wado.
Chris Wado did.
Yeah.
That other one that boy back on.
Right.
A lot of them did because they live in Tema and the manholes on the road. I said I bust my tire for the motorway and no say I die with that.
Oh yeah, that's for no. Motorway is dangerous.
Right. I was coming from an all-night Potter's house. Me this speed.
Ow.
Motorway free bonto.
Motorway is dangerous.
So for me, if the monies that are going to be generated from that end will be used for the roads, repair of our roads, they'll be used for the street lights. Hey, by the way, the street lights, the original minister lead. Actually, the success of this government is the success of Ghana. And I know they believe in that. Anywho, which other thing are we talking about?
Agenda 111.
Yay.
So the Health Minister Kwabena Mintakando visited some of the sites yesterday, and he made certain statements stating that some amount of money is going to be needed to complete these facilities. Why? Because the government commissioned them in as much as they weren't completed. Some of them had construction. It wasn't completed constructively in terms of furnishing as well. Some of the hospitals weren't finished. We know that of the hospital, where we know some installations had to be done, but the ex-Power government went ahead to commission it, even without the authorization of the contractors involved. So yeah, he stated that about a little over 40 million will be needed to complete the whole project. He's hoping to see how it would in the period of 4 years as he's going to serve as finance minister. So as health minister, we hope to see where that conversation leads to as well.
Let's get into our stories then.
But now let's get into our stories this morning and start off with the finance minister, where the Minister for Finance, Dr. Kasil Atoban-Forsing, is set to present the 2025 budget statement and economic policy to Parliament today, marking the first economic blueprint of President John Dramani Maham's administration since assuming office. Now, the highly anticipated budget is expected to outline key policy directions and economic strategies aimed at stabilizing the economy, fostering growth, and addressing the country's fiscal challenges. Now, a major highlight of the budget is the expected removal of several controversial taxes, including the Economic Transfer Levy, commonly known as e-levy, the COVID-19 levy, and the betting tax. Now, these levies introduced by the previous governments were widely criticized for placing additional burdens on the Ghanaian. Now, the Mahama administration has consistently pledged to ease tax burden on individuals and businesses while implementing measures to stimulate economic recovery. Now, the removal of these taxes is expected to provide relief to mobile money users, businesses, and individuals engaged in online betting. And beyond tax policy, the budget is also expected to focus on job creation, infrastructure development, and social interventions aimed at improving the livelihoods of Ghanaians. Now let's still stay on the budget, as ahead of the Finance Minister's presentation of the 2025 budget, lawyer Karen Esifo Ansa shares her expectations. Now she says that she expects that the nuisance taxes be dropped. She spoke on the M Club yesterday. Take a listen.
But what are your expectations from tomorrow's budget presentation? I'm going to take that from you.
Okay, so I'm pretty excited. In the beginning, some fiscal decisions were taken, and people were raising concerns that there's no budget. Where are you going to get the money to do this? So finally, the budget is going to be read, and then we're all going to know what's what. I listened to the space because, first of all, I was really happy that a finance minister is coming down to our level.
Yes.
I know that some people will not agree with me, but in the past, we didn't have it like that. So I also watched him go to Makola Market to, interact with the market women. It's just showing some inclusivity, which is what we all want. I heard him say something that there's some money, taxes, especially. My concern mainly is the taxes because it's been difficult. She will not agree with me because I said the president inherited and distressed the economy, but we can feel it in our pockets because then you're going to the markets with this amount of money and you can barely buy anything. I think that's a good thing. I didn't read anything economics from secondary school. I avoided economics for some reason. So honestly, I can't tell you the ins and outs of it, but I can feel it in my pockets and that's good enough for me. So I am hoping that the nuisance taxes would be eliminated.
You also tell us that nuisance taxes.
Oh yes, nuisance. I mean, not to be petty, but if we are recovering loot from some people, it can take care of half of the things that we are crying about.
Is that true?
Oh yes.
Okay,
so if they want to take it off, it will really do a lot for we the youth because purchasing power has been reduced drastically, and I really need something to be done about that. He said something like the monies that are being taken from us as taxes and levies are not going into the consolidated fund. If it's not going there, then where is it going to? We need to know those things. We need the accountability and probity like they've been touting. So that's one thing I'm pretty excited
Now, still on the budget, take away e-levy, betting tax, reduce borrowing. Now, these are words from Irene Atto. She also shared her expectations ahead of the budget presentation by the finance minister. Take a listen.
Moving forward, I have 3 expectations.
Okay.
You see, this energy, I didn't really want to go there because it's a whole, discussion.
My expectations.
I have 3 expectations. Yes, I have 3 expectations on the budget.
Yes.
1, the government promised to take away e-levy. It promised to take away e-levy. He promised to take away betting.
The tax that you brought.
Okay, so I'm going to allow I'm sorry.
The e-levy that we brought.
Please speak.
The e-levy that we brought. Now we brought it.
Did you bring it?
Now, we brought it. But they said they didn't want it.
Yeah, we don't.
So
I am telling you my expectation.
Please let us know your
expectation is, 1, the government is going to take away e-levy, which I expect them to do the needful and take it out tomorrow. And information to reaching access. And the e-levy thing is not really going to go away because VAT is going to be increased. When VAT goes up, communication, how do you call it, the Airtel, when you do Momo, you know that when you do Momo on Airtel, you don't really take the charges and all that. Now all those people are going to take charges when you do transactions. So it's just like robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's just the same thing. They are just taking, if only they can take the e-levy out. If they take it out, they will pass the back door and increase the VAT, increase other places that will generate the same amount of money that they were we're getting from the e-levy. So just passing the back door to kind of to robbing Peter to pay Paul. And my third expectation is reducing borrowing. Just 100 days. 100 days. I don't know if we've been up to the 100 days and they have borrowed 67 billion already.
You can't compare to what the
you see, I don't want to do this compare.
Well, yes.
You see, when you go back, you are dragging me to go there.
Okay.
You see, so these are my expectations. We not even half into the year. We're not even 6 months. We're not even 12 months. And they are borrowing 67 billion already. So my expectation is that they will have to cut down borrowing. And my last expectation is the way our president has turned into a terminator. Terminating people's appointments, sacking people. I'm really surprised that this is the government that campaigned that they're going to bring jobs. They're going to implement 24-hour economy. I'm very excited about the 24-hour economy. I can't wait tomorrow to hear how they intend to implement it. Because at the end of the day, we all want jobs. There are a lot of unemployment out there. And sometimes from the place I sit and from the place I work, you see people coming looking for jobs and there's little that you can do to support. So as for me, I'm very happy and excited about the 24-hour economy. But what I don't really agree or understand is, you said 24-hour economy, meaning you're going to, 3 people are going to do one job. So if 3 people are going to do one job, why do you have to sack or lay people off to go home? and bring in another set of people? Why didn't you maintain the people there and add extra 2? If, let's say, they bring another 2 persons to come and join you to host the program, why would they ask you to go and bring in the 3 to come and do? That's where sometimes it baffles my mind a little. But I'm very excited about the policy, because at the end of the day, if people around you are working, you're also a little bit at ease. So that are my
expectations for tomorrow.
Now, some Ghanaians also share the expectations ahead of the budget reading. Take a listen.
So the first for me is the scrapping of the e-levy, because since it was introduced, it has like burdened like us, like young people, just Ghanaians in general. When you are transferring money, the charges are too much. So I want like the government to scrap the e-levy.
Yes, Rabbi, say. Senator Kubiano, ye pese on titi tax no akese on titi somaye na wonga bekwa ko fraba no watumi dia ba na yenso ye den ye nya bi atọ ye atonga ma mfofo so nya pese mekana
free education we the promise for the campaign trail talk. And the priest say make them fit do something about town. Because I hear say the minister of education, they talk about town, see, then we'll do something about town. But then I don't want to hear for the budget since I mean.
And those were some Ghanaians sharing their expectations ahead of the budget reading by the Finance Minister, Dr. Kasila Tobanfo, saying today in Parliament is expected to start at 10 a.m. You want to stay glued to MX24GH on all social media platforms, as well as mx24.app/voting voices. Why? Because we will be your eyes and ears from the Chamber of Parliament, so you want to stay glued for updates. We also want to hear from you. What are your expectations ahead of the reading of the budget by the Finance Minister? Join us with your thoughts and comments. Remember to use the hashtag voting voices. Away from that, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration has issued a final reminder to individuals still in possession of diplomatic and service passports issued during the previous administration to return them latest by March 17, 2025. Now, the directive follows a previous announcement by the ministry dated January 15, 2025, and stems from an order by the Office of the President to review and retrieve all such passports no longer valid under the current government requirements. So far, 404 diplomatic passports and 387 service passports remain unreturned, despite earlier notices. The ministry is calling on all individuals listed to surrender their passports to the Legal and Treaties Bureau at the ministry without delay. Now, let's walk you through a statement released by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So it says, following the directive by the Office of the President to record the diplomatic and service passports issued during the previous administration and the subsequent public announcements issued by the ministry dated 15 January 2025, which outlined the category of individuals affected, the ministry notes that there are a total of 404 diplomatic passports and 387 service passports which remain outstanding from holders who have failed to surrender their passports when the original publication was made. Now, individuals who fall under the underlisted categories are required to surrender their passports by 17th March 2025 to the Legal and Treaties Bureau of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs without fail. Now, it goes on to list the persons who are expected to surrender their passports: the former ministers and spouses, former members of parliament, irrespective of political affiliation, former members of the Council of State and spouses, former and retired justices of the Superior and Lower Courts, former regional ministers, metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives, officers of state institutions, chairs and members of boards. It goes on to say officials of the National Cathedral Project, former political ambassador and dependents, businessmen and entrepreneurs, former government functionaries, and all other persons holding official passports not currently serving in any official capacity for the state or otherwise, holding any position that falls under the requirements of Section 6 and 7 of the Passports and Travel Certificates Act 1967, NLCD 155. Passports in the above categories not surrendered by the given deadline will be cancelled and placed on the stopwatch list for seizure at any of the Ghanaian entry and exit points. And this was addressed to all media houses from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. Away from that, President John Dramani Mahama has announced plans to strengthen economic cooperation between Ghana and Burkina Faso, with discussions underway to establish direct flights between Accra and Ouagadougou. Now, speaking after a meeting with Burkina Faso's military leader, Captain Ibrahim Touare, President Mahama revealed that a Ghanaian airline is set to operate a daily flight between the two capitals, aiming to enhance connectivity and facilitate trade. We'll get you that video in our subsequent bulletins, but you can also visit MX24GH on Instagram, where you get the latest news and update regards to this story. Away from that, right now, let's take a look at the video where the president spoke after his meeting with Burkina Faso leader.
By African tradition, we know that if your brother does you a favor, the next morning you have to come and say thank you. We had elections last year in Ghana, and I was elected the president, and I sent an invitation to my brother to come and attend my investiture. And he left everything he was doing and came to the investiture. And so when he was leaving, I told him I'll come and say thank you. So I came here to thank him very much for coming to our inauguration. We've had a long discussion, and I think that we've discussed issues of mutual interest. We've discussed the issue of AES and ECOWAS, and I've got new perspectives about the concerns that the three countries have in respect of their relations with ECOWAS. And so I assured Mr. President that at the next ECOWAS meeting, I would pass on what they have explained to me to the other leaders. I think there's a breakdown of trust amongst the leadership. It will take time to rebuild it, but we have to work on it so that we restore trust and confidence with each other so that we can work together, you know, even if we are not part of the same regional body. So we discussed that. We also discussed security. I mean, in Africa, we say when your neighbor's house is on fire, you have to help him to quench it, otherwise it will spread to your own house. This issue of terrorism started with Mali, and it spread gradually into Niger and now into Burkina Faso. And like I said, terrorism is like a cancer. If you don't fight it together, it will spread throughout the body. So how we can collaborate in terms of the fight against terrorism is another issue we discussed. But then also we discussed the issue of our economic relations in respect of trade between our people, free movement of our people between our countries, and how we can improve the transit trade through Ghana for Burkina importers who bring their goods through Ghana to Burkina, how we can improve the transit corridor so that they're able to do that without any disturbance. We also discuss issues about the trade between us in agricultural products. We export some products to Burkina Faso, and Burkina also exports some products to Ghana. So we talked about how we can facilitate that trade. So those were the key things. We're also looking at a possible direct flight from Accra to Ouagadougou. At least once a day. There's an airline in Ghana that wants to start that flight, and then also how we can increase the supply of power to Burkina Faso, electricity exports to Burkina Faso, and also the transit corridor for petroleum products. Recently, Burkina has bought a storage terminal.
That was President John Dramani Mahama speaking to the media after his engagement with the leader in Burkina Faso, where he outlined some engagements or some measures that he and the leader discussed, hoping that it would increase the bilateral trade as well as movement between Burkina Faso and Ghana. For details of this particular story, visit mx24.app/voting voices, where you get updates with regards to the full length of the statement, which was about 6 minutes. For the full read or what the president said, visit mx24.app/voting voices. Away from that, let's do health, where the Health Minister, Kwabena Minta Kando, has revealed that 140 million Ghana cedis is needed to complete the Agenda 111 hospital in Bukru as contractors remain unpaid. Now, he took a visit to some sites of the Agenda 111 hospital and spoke with the media.
As we speak, we need to cost not less than $9 million for this particular project. $9 million, which is about 140 million Ghana cedis. And if you say a hospital is in operation, hospital is not just the brick and mortar. And that is the more reason why, if you recall, I was requesting to see certain departments. Take me to the lab, take me to the theater, take me to this place to see. You cannot commission a project without hospital equipment being installed. And you can see the installation of the equipment is less than 10%. You saw it for yourself. As we speak, we need to cost not less than $9 million for this particular project.
That was Kwabena Minta Kando outlining that some $9 million is needed, translating into 140 million Ghana cedis needed to complete Agenda 111 hospitals across the country. Now, we know that this was an initiative implemented by the former president and his administration, where some 101 hospitals were supposed to be erected in all the 16 regions of Ghana to aid health delivery or health facilitation here in the country. What we know is that these hospitals, the construction started, however, it was stalled. Some were commissioned in the dying days of the former administration. However, these hospitals are not able to operate fully or are not able to operate fully. Why? Because some amenities have not been furnished with the needed resources. The health minister says 140 million Ghana cedis is needed to complete this hospital. We hope to see the development of this, especially in this administration, as it hopes to complete the Agenda 111 hospital. Away from health, let's do education, where management of the University of Education has withdrawn the admission of some level 100 students over their failure to meet required academic standards in their first academic year. Now, following their inability to attain a minimum CGPA requirement of 1.0, the students have been withdrawn from the school in accordance with Section 421 of the revised undergraduate students handbook. On your screens currently is a list of students who have been withdrawn from the school, their CGPA ranging from 0.07, 0.03 to some 1.09, their names, index numbers, and why they have been withdrawn have been stated. Some failure to hit a GPA, their GPA is below 1.07. However, a statement from the school says, now this memo informs you that the attached list of students have been withdrawn from the university effectively immediately. This action is based on the said students' failure to meet the minimum CGPA requirement of 1.0 and or failed more than the permissible number of courses after resits as stipulated in Section 421 of the revised undergraduate students handbook 2019. This decision was arrived at after an audit and query of both their first and second semester examinations were done and the affected students duly given counseling prior to their withdrawal. As a result, these students are ineligible to attend level 200 lectures or take part in the mid-semester and end-of-semester examinations for level 200 courses. Please ensure appropriate measures are taken to reflect these changes in your course registration. The attached document details each student's index number, name, and reason for withdrawal. Your prompt action or prompt attention to this matter is critical and was signed by the head of department, Mohammed Adam, PhD. Quite unfortunate news on the part of students, but as part of an initiative to equip young professionals in Ghana with job-ready skills, mentorship, and employment opportunities, Global Shapers Accra Community has launched the second edition of the My First Job Accelerator program. The program, designed to specifically help young people, aims to bridge the gap between education and employment, particularly for those facing challenges penetrating the field of work. There's more in this report.
As part of an initiative to equip young professionals in Ghana with job-ready skills, mentorship, and employment opportunities, Global Shapers Accra Community has launched the second edition of the My First Job Accelerator program. The program, designed to specifically help young people, aims to bridge the gap between education and employment, particularly for persons facing challenges penetrating the field of work. The 9-month Career Accelerator program offers expert-led training, AI-powered career navigation tools, and a supportive peer network, all fully virtual and free. Speaking to MX24 News, the project's lead for My First Job Accelerator, Joe Anneman, highlighted the reason for organizing the program, as well as the difference this year's program offers as compared to last year's.
It's an employability program meant to bridge the career gap for national service personnel. It's under the auspices of the Global Shapers Accra community. My first job 1.0 was really a very, very small tabletop pilot. We had to reach just 30 people, despite a lot of people across the country, a lot of national service people across the country being interested. So my first job 2.0 is looking at scaling this up to 100 people. This time around is bigger and better because we are doing it across the country and it's fully virtual. So there's a level of inclusion, and also we have a more expanded program, skills like soft skills training, IT skills training like AI prompting, Microsoft Office suite, and then job hunting skills. Basically, we are trying to put the power in the hands of these young people so that they can self-navigate irrespective of their technical background. They should be able to make it out of the trenches. So as a national service person, this is something that you'd have to take seriously. Now we are scaling to 100 people, but we look forward to scaling it up to every national service personnel. So all in all, the goal is that within 15 months after uni, which means 3 months after national service, we should get all these 100 people getting into their second jobs, and that is what we'll call a success.
Also interacting with MX24 News, some partners shared their reasons for embarking on an initiative aimed at retooling national service personnel.
The full details of this report is available if you visit MX24GH on all social media pages. Remember that this is an initiative aimed at retooling national service persons with some job-ready skills needed for the job market. Now let's do some international story. As Philippine police have arrested former President Rodrigo Duterte after the International Criminal Court issued a warrant accusing him of crimes against humanity over his deadly war on drugs. The 78-year-old was taken into police custody shortly after his arrival at Manila Airport from Hong Kong. Now, he has offered no apologies for his brutal anti-drug crackdown, which saw thousands of people killed when he was president of the Southeast Asian nation from 2016 to 2022 and mayor of Davao City before that. Upon his arrest, he questioned the basis for the warrant, asking what the crime he committed was. Now, Duterte's former presidential spokesperson Salvador Panelo has slammed the arrest, calling it unlawful, as the Philippines have withdrawn from the ICC in 2019. Now, the ICC earlier said that it has jurisdiction in the Philippines over alleged crime committed before the country withdrew as a member. But activists called the arrest as a historic moment for those who perished during the drug war and their families. As always, Info News will bring you. Right, so there's a video to this. Let's take a listen to it. And that was Duterte being escorted into police custody by some office persons as well as the Philippine police after he arrived in the city from Hong Kong. As always, MX24 News will bring you up to speed with regards to what happens to him, what the prosecution process will be like, and if he launches himself in prison, what is going to be the situation or the environment or conditions for his sort of this, lack of a better word, detention or sentence, given the fact that he's a 78-year-old and a former president of Philippines. We'll bring you updates with regards to that. But remember, today is a big day. The finance minister presents the 2025 budget. Share your expectations with us, #voting voices. Let us know what your expectations are as well. And as always, we'll be your ears and eyes from the Chamber of Parliament. My name is Augustine Adam Kobitu Saint, and this has been the morning news on the AM Club. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tseng, for coming through. Kobe Adam. No, I actually called myself Maria. It's only when Kobe gets here that I remember that we actually... This is so sad. Anywho, thank you so much. Interesting times ahead. It's going to be a very long year because the entire world is taking very drastic actions on big conversations. And I'm just a little worried about these students with their GPAs and their names and details published on the media. I'm a little worried. You know, I don't know how we can... fix this situation, especially because some of these students are not willingly not learning. Some have challenges they're dealing with. Others struggle with the entire educational system as we have it now. And so I think putting their business out here isn't the way to go. But I think the Minister for Education his attention should be drawn to this. I'm pretty sure when he was in university, this was done to him, but we've moved past that. Now we have a bigger media, like new media, that will see your business, and I don't think we want to do that. Anywho, but that's just about it. Let's get into some other great conversations. Let's get to sports right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
It's time for us to focus our attention on some sports updates right here on the AM Club. My name is Kojo Dasaber. Let's get into it. But before that, hey, I've got some information for you. Early partial and auto cash out. Looking for more control over your bets? Cash out allows you to take an early payout on your bets before they are settled, meaning you are able to get money back before the event is over and your bet is ultimately resulted. You either make a profit or get a portion of your initial bet back, depending on how your selection is doing at the time of you taking up the cash out. On to our first story. Ghana's under-15 boys team is set to participate in the Mondialito Invitational Tournament, scheduled to take place next month in Israel. Now, this exciting opportunity comes at the invitation of the Israel Football Federation. The Mondialito tournament is known for bringing together elite young athletes from multiple countries to compete in high-level competition. The tournament doesn't only promote soccer excellence, but also cultural exchange, with over 1,000 past participants going on to become professional athletes. Well, away from that, but still on football, and the final game of match week 28 in the EPL, Newcastle prepared for the Carabao Cup final with a victory at West Ham that moved them up to 6th in the Premier League. Eddie Howe's side will look to end a 70-year wait for a major trophy on Sunday when they take on Premier League leaders Liverpool at Wembley. They went into yesterday's fixture at the London Stadium desperate for a win to ensure they face the Reds with momentum, and got it thanks to Bruno Guimaraes' second half strike.
Time goes.
FA Cup final. We'll get into that pretty shortly. But to wrap it up, let's get into some basketball action now. Noah Clooney scored 19 points as the Brooklyn Nets beat Los Angeles 111 to 108 yesterday in the Lakers' first game since losing LeBron James to a strained left groin. Now, Luka Doncic had 22 points, 12 rebounds, and 12 assists for LA, but he shot only 8 for 26. Austin Reeves was 3 for 14 as the guards struggled with James and other key front court players sidelined. Tough one for the Lakers right now. Let's see if LeBron would get off that injury and join the team to winning ways. But that wraps it up for sports updates right here on the AM Club. Early partial and auto cash out, looking for more control over your bets. Cash out allows you to take an early payout on your bets before they are settled, meaning you are able to get money back before the event is over and your bet is ultimately resulted. You either make a profit or get a portion of your initial bet back, depending on how your selection is doing at the time of you taking up the cash out. Visit the MX24 app to catch up on all the fun and excitement of the AM Club shows, featuring engaging conversations, thrilling live segments, and exclusive content you don't want to miss.
Catch up with all the fun, the breaking news stories, sports, and business insights on mx24online.com. Now time to take a deep dive into the world of entertainment and showbiz right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
everybody. Welcome to Intimate News segments right here on AM Club Coffee Daily. My name is Ajo Frimpoma. Don't let the dress fool you. We're still in Ghana month. I'm just out of wardrobe outfits.
Are you going to be the finance minister's secretary?
Talk to me about it, girl. We're dressing. We're still in Hallelujah Challenge. We're dressing as what we want to be addressed. Yeah. So definitely, who knows? Tomorrow I'm bringing a wedding gown. Anything can happen. Exactly.
I could fear you if you do that. I said I will fear you for the rest of my life. How are you doing?
Good morning. I like your hair. I like your earrings. I love your clothes. I love your bling bling. I love your ring, which is soon turning into be a wifey ring and all of that.
Somebody's jealous. Thank you so much, my darling. I appreciate
Good
all
morning,
of that.
J. Kojo.
He was like, he just killed his in-laws, so he's going for
the J. Kojo dance is
This
great.
is African print. Yeah.
This is
African print. It is African. Yes, it has a name.
Are you going for a funeral after this?
What's it?
No. See, I don't want us to get him to start doing this is Hublots.
It's African print. African print.
Please, let's hear.
The reason why this one thinks that there is a need to talk into the microphone is really, you know.
This is African print.
Let's not start.
This is
before
African
you start
print.
saying this is 30,000 CDs.
Like I said, this outfit was made in Ghana by a Ghanaian girl with the fabric from Ghana. So I don't know what those people that are talking plenty, those people that are talking. Let's move on.
African print.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It is African. It is African.
Our hats are Africans.
Yeah.
Our hats are African.
Oh, sir.
Yeah.
Your hat.
Yeah.
I bring a whole body that is African.
Exactly. A whole stunning face that is African. That screams African. Don't even go there.
Let's get into our stories.
We're getting into our stories. How excited are you that Prince Charles has featured Daddy Lumba's track in his? But first of all, what does he understand? Or when he's listening to the song, he needs an interpreter.
I was looking it up. Why? By the way, I need to add this. It's not necessary, but I add the fact that I was half sleeping when I was looking the thing up. So it's going to be an accurate story, but just maybe not the way you might probably want it. So he's supposed to pick from different countries his favorite songs, you know, to add to his list, right? We've had him feature not him, but the British royal family pick Riala to perform to them before. It's not the first time they would be choosing an artist or a song from Africa, from Ghana, from Africa and from Ghana specifically. And so I see how it's a surprise that a lot of people are just finding out for the very first time.
I think people were expecting it to be like an English song.
Oh, he made there's a list, and he happens to be part of it. So he chose different.
Yeah.
I'm excited the fact that, you know, our legend gets his flowers. You know so that's the list, right? So you see
La Vie en Rose, Love Me Again.
My Country,
by the way, Raya is Ghanaian.
Kante,
so we like it.
Is Davido.
Yeah.
Do you get my point?
Yeah.
And so he chose from different countries, but yes, of course, we've been featured. And for so a lot of people, this is news. Is
it Domi or Somio? What are you saying?
I said Zomi.
Zomi. The British accent of Domi is Zomi.
Is it Zomi?
It's Zomi.
It's
so
Zomi.
Pem
It's
Zomi.
Zomi. Oh.
Pem. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't even Love Me Again. Raya is actually Ghanaian, so you big up for Ghana.
Like, Ghana is just representing. We're here, okay?
That's nice. If it was Daddy Lumba, I was expecting Daddy Lumba say. I like that song so much.
At least the ones that had English in it, because you know he has songs that have English in it.
So.
But yeah, it has to be a thing. And that's the beauty about, you know, the royal family. They don't like mediocre. They like authentic things.
So
good producer who understands music, like really understands music. He used to make beats for Sarkodie and the rest, you know. So, and he literally would play Daddy Lumba's music and play the instrumentals, yeah, and go and play that of a British one that we don't know. You get it? So when he played Daddy Lumba's one, he played this one too. I was like,
similar. It was similar.
And I said those times
something day inside. It's not they get me.
Those times
so me, I am not surprised at all. At all. If it's not maybe for, let's say, as you were saying, maybe the countries maybe they've colonized, quote in quotes.
Yeah,
so maybe he has to take one from here, take one from here, take one from here. Ideology, I mean, I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, maybe he's just picking one from here.
But Nigerians were colonized by the British.
Were they? I doubt.
No, I doubt.
I think Nigerians went. No, Nigerians went. No, me Portuguese, Anna.
I said Portuguese. Anyway,
I was just supposed to speak Portuguese.
No, we were at some point by the Portuguese.
Yeah. I know I mean, for me, when I saw it, I was like, it took me way back to that, and I was like, okay, I understand. I understand.
No, but there's another bit of this conversation also that the kind of music that was done before, like a timeless music, because these people had passion for what they were doing. The passion for music right now is really in the money, you know, and so it's not surprising that at his age, and there are criteria to the kind of song he would choose. It's not all fun and games. You know how pleasant it is to an older version of himself and the kind of music he will be he will navigate to. Yeah. And so like, why not Daddy Lumba?
Don't worry, next year my name will be there. It's true. Yeah. Not even see, and it's all fun and games till you hear me sing.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very soon my name will be there.
Yeah.
But moving on.
Your hobby is jumping.
Don't do this to me. We're on air.
My hobby is jumping. When you ask you your hobbies, once say yeah, besides say what hobby you doing? The hobby is about jumping.
Okay, let's move on.
I was young and, you know...
Naive.
Because I know it's not naive you wanted to say. You wanted to say the other one.
Yes.
The one with the F.
And then he...
he gave you naive because he's a nice guy.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, moving on to the next story. We're doing some international news from our brother men and women in Nigeria. And so, Kojo, let me give you an instance. You're an actor, right? And you've been in the middle of controversy because this time there's a kissing scene that you were in that it was too kissing. It was mush and mish and
no, wait, help me understand. I've always been
You've always been an actor. People have seen you kiss, you know, women in the scenes. Right. But this time, this particular scene, someone said...
What makes it too
this looks the touching.
Do you have the video
kissing.
for us?
No, I don't have it. The touching. The touching and the kissing. It's Bolaji and then Daniel Itim. Yes. It was
I don't know their names. I know their faces.
Now, Daniel is married. Okay, let me give you this. You're married. And everyone is saying, oh my God, we've seen all kisses, but this time, Jay, this kiss, dear, we know that it led. This is why you have a crush on the girl, right? And your wife tells you that you are my God-ordained husband. Kiss who you want to kiss.
But if the wife don't get issue. By the way, this morning.
Wow.
Let me just throw you off a little bit. I saw an interview of Sarkodie where he was being asked what happened or what did the wife do when the whole Yvonne Nelson thing came about. He was saying that Krampo was even surprised that he thought his wife would get angry and blah 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 about it, but she was more empathetic. You know, she was thinking about him rather. That how would the damage cause
and affect him?
Yeah, and affect him, and she was all being so Krampo. He was quite surprised.
Well, this is in the case of Daniel. A film, and people, I don't know, this happened over the weekend, but people are still talking about it. More and more messages and screenshots keeps coming. Some people are on the good side saying that, you know what, we like the way she's obsessed with her husband, and some others are saying,
can I have a picture of him? Because me, I'm not good with names.
Someone said, in fact, the screenshots I took, someone said that your life is about your marriage too much, which I don't understand. But let's quickly get into it. Toyosi Etim Ifeong, wife of Nollywood actor Daniel Etim Ifeong, has spoken out about her husband's on-screen romantic roles, stating that she has no issues with him kissing multiple actresses in movies. In a recent interview on the Transparent talk show, Toyosi revealed that she understands the demands of Daniel's profession and trusts him completely, especially with this recent movie, saying he always comes home to me. Her comments have sparked mixed reactions online, with some praising her confidence and trust in her marriage, while others acknowledge that it takes a strong level of understanding to accept the realities of the entertainment industry. Let's take a look at the video. Okay, but what do you think about Sido? Kiss every. She was like, if you see them, she was like, you are my God-ordained husband. Kiss whoever. But there's some screenshots that I put out there because people had a lot to say. And so let's take a look at some. Someone said, if Toyosi isn't obsessed with Daniel, who happens to be Toyosi's husband? Whose husband or who should she be obsessed with? Emi Abi. And someone said, it's always all these girls with unhealed trauma coming from Mrs. Ifeong. You people should go and use your investigative power to investigate the ancestral powers that cause damage in your heart. So some of us know this queen to be a powerhouse. Every day, one thing, it's, well, happy marriage life, I beg. Wow. The point is, if it were to be the other way around, you lot will say the guy is pretending or inside the bottle. May your home continue to experience that sparks of laughter in Jesus' name. Someone said, every day, one thing, it's, well, happy marriage life, I beg. Oh, okay, it's probably is this the same thing. Yeah. So there are mixed feelings. People are saying that she's all about her marriage. Mimi, what do you think?
I'm with the very first comment. If she's not obsessed with her husband, now my future husband, you want her to kind of be obsessed about. You people, do you actually think of what it takes to actually build marriage? You see, some of us have not been able to pass talking stage. Talk of relationship stage.
Yeah, I think we are customer care, God's customer care.
You don't understand this thing. Do you know what I mean? Like some people have not been able to pass talking stage to come and become girlfriend. Pass girlfriend, become fiance. From fiance to wife. You people, it takes years for people to be able to build such relationship. Then you want, because of the same career that drew her to this man, by the way, to be the same reason why she's... I don't know you people, the God you are serving, you know, but my God is telling me that you need therapy. She's not the one that needs therapy, it's you people that need therapy. I don't understand. I really don't understand. I think that it's just like and I've always said this, just like every profession, all the professions that, like, just like every profession, acting has its own work hazards or low looks.
Yeah.
And you should, it's exhausting to talk about this thing, trust me.
Will you marry someone in your field?
Yeah, of course.
You can.
I can. If the person, because the criteria I'm looking at has nothing to do with profession.
Okay.
I think the kind of man I want to marry, his profession is not a conversation. The things I'm looking at, and those ones, they're more important to me than profession. Do you get what I mean?
In fact, when she was talking, and I wish to play the video, but when she was talking and then she was like, you can kiss, everyone you want to kiss, and she was like, so right now I should go and kiss. So when they laugh, people were like, and she's taking the joke. See, the thing is, whatever it is, right? People will talk. People will definitely talk. Her life is not all about her marriage. You guys want her to address an issue. She's addressing because since 2 months ago in February, that this movie came out where he was literally on Bolaji's neck and all of that. People have always wanted, like, is she not gonna talk? Is she not gonna say
what
this?
What did she talk about?
Now that she has finally come out to talk and say, Charlie, you can do whatever you want. In fact, I love what she said. He comes back home to me.
That is the husband
I
for
love
crying
that.
out loud.
I love that.
She knew what she was getting into before she got married to the person. So waiting concern on her.
I know. Well, moving on to the last story, actress Omoni Oboli has lashed out at Ghanaian TV stations for airing her movies without obtaining the necessary license, vowing to take legal actions against them for intellectual property theft. In a strongly worded Instagram post, Oboli expressed frustration over the unauthorized broadcasting of her films, emphasizing the hard work and effort that goes into filmmaking. Her comments have sparked discussions on intellectual property rights in Ghana media and industry, with many calling on media houses to respect copyright laws. Let's take a look at that. She said, I love my Ghanaian bestie, colleagues and friends. I really do. But you see those TV stations in Ghana, I'm coming for you. The guts to show my movies without licensing. If them not arrest one of una, you won't learn. Watch out. Coming for every one of you. You have no idea how much work goes into these projects, the sleepless nights I have. And then she also goes on to say, I'm coming for it, or you will pay for every one of my movies you have shown without permission in 2025. You don't understand that's IP theft. Maybe you don't have a television authority in Ghana, but that's not my concern. Coming for you all. Clowns. Thanks to my Ghanaian bestie for always sending me screenshots. Ooh.
Who's the Ghanaian bestie?
I don't know. Maybe.
Straight away,
who's the Ghanaian bestie?
You have to look for this traitor. Wow.
But it's the way to go. It's the way to go. You don't know what it takes to produce movies. You don't, and even if you cannot do it to your Ghanaian people, don't do it to other people. It's wrong. It's criminal, and it should be addressed as such.
All right. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ajua Frimpoma, and you just joined me on the entertainment news segment right here on the AM Club Coffee Daily. I'll come your way same time tomorrow with much bigger, better, and hotter entertainment news. Over to you guys. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, Ajua, for coming through. We appreciate this.
Thank you, Ajua.
Are you not Ajua?
Ajua, like mention it with pride.
Thank you so much, Ajua Frimpoma, for coming through with those entertainment stories. Satisfied?
Yes.
In today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal to achieving success. This is why we have thoughtfully designed our corporate health insurance plans to empower your employees and bolster your organization's performance. With Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary insurance. It represents a commitment to the future of your company. Our health plans are individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive coverage and exceptional benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tasks and premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, we are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey. Please feel free to reach out to us on 050-1515-124 or 0539-135073 so that we can further enhance the level of service we provide to you. Equity Health Insurance, we say always here for you.
Well, are you looking for the best value data and voice offers that are tailored to your unique needs? At Telisa, we understand everyone has their own preference. That's why we have the unbeatable Made For Me bundles, made just for you. The Made For Me bundles are affordable, customized data and voice packages personalized for you. Simply dial *530# or download the Telecel Play app to subscribe to your special Made For Me bundle. Telecel, connected energies. Well, that's about it for Coffee Daily. It's brought to you kind courtesy Carbo Coffee. Carbo Coffee says they're with you every moment. Make sure you grab yourself a Carbo Coffee today. Up next is Lifestyle Daily. We'll be right back after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner. Feel good. Feel good. Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop? Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
Michael has been exceptional, surpassed all his targets. Let's hear from this year's Staff of the Year.
This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of studying together just to ace those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles. You were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome to a brand new season of VIP Access. That's what we're talking about.
VIP Access Podcast is back in 2024 with a brand new season. It's bigger and badder. From Australia, Nigeria, South Africa, Uganda, Rwanda, and Kenya, Season 4 of VIP Access Podcast will once again present you with a cross-section of Africa's brightest music stars and industry gurus, sharing with you tips and tricks to making it in the game. VIP Access will also highlight East Africa's rising artists in hip-hop, Afro house, classical music, Afro pop, and jazz music genres. Brace yourself for an exciting new season that will spotlight the expansion of African music while exploring the role of women in the music industry.
We're walking superheroes, and we sometimes we don't even see it in ourselves.
VIP Access Season 4 is proudly supported by the Australian High Commission.
Step into the world of fashion, where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential voices in the fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Join me every week as we celebrate the art, the passion, and the people behind the scenes who make fashion more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV.
Good morning. Once again, welcome back to the AM Club right here on MX24. If you're just joining in, you made the right choice. My name is Miriam, not Miriam. Akushika Levene. Oh my God, how is it that and Akushika used to be my favorite name. Like when my dad calls me Akushika, like I feel like a princess. Well, Akushika Levene is my name for the month of March. So please stay, keep that in mind. If I forget, remind me. Well, at Equity Health Insurance, the well-being of our members takes precedence. We recognize the unique healthcare needs of individuals and families, which is why we are delighted to present our Ebusia Health Plan. This health plan is crafted to promote the enduring health and happiness of you and your loved ones. Our plans are meticulously tailored to offer comprehensive and competitive health insurance coverage for individuals, families, and smaller groups. Access to quality care is just a phone call away, offering continual assurance of our family's welfare. Contact us today on 0546 645 465 or 0503 860381. Equity Health Insurance. We say always here for you. With Jibu water, staying refreshed has never been easier. Jibu water provides clean, healthy water you can trust as your go-to source for drinking and cooking. With options of our innovative 20-liter bottles that comes with a tab and 18.9-liter bottles, your dispensers will have a breath of fresh new life as our clean and hygienic Jibu water flows through them for your consumption. Whether you need a cool drink to quench your thirst or fresh cooking water to make your meals taste its best, Jibu water is the answer to your clean water needs. Now, order for your clean water now by calling us on 020-9845-817 or visit our website at www.jibuco.com/GH for more information about our brand. Jibu water, a better life. Now, let's get into the conversation for this morning. So for our big conversation, we are discussing the recent security challenges on various campuses. And I told you earlier that it has become alarming that we have all these cases being reported with no traces, some of them which, could have been prevented. But we are here to have that conversation, and to join us with the conversation, Zingvilaa Vitus. Hey! Head of Operations Aiden Security Services. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Today we are back here again.
Oh yes.
With me mispronouncing your name.
It's actually Zingvilaa.
Zingvilaa.
So the G should come. Zing.
So it's not a silent.
No, please. Zingvilaa Vitus.
From where is this?
From Upper West.
Upper West.
Yes, please.
So it's Oh wow! It's not an English name, or it's not a.
Vitus is an English name.
Vitus is an English name, but Zingvilaa is
a local name.
Ooh!
Yes.
You people, explore Ghana this month, because this is actually it sounds very foreign.
Oh yes, I've been to the banks, and then sometimes they even ask me whether I was actually a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
Yes.
It does.
Zingvilaa.
No, to me, it sounds
local.
Local, yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe because you did languages, so you probably understand.
It does.
But it sounds very, very foreign. Anybody with me on that one, guys?
Zingvilaa. Oh, yes. I would definitely know it's from
the upper
north side, the upper west. As you said, maybe because I studied languages.
Yes.
I mean, as soon as you hear
the tonation, you get it. Me, I don't.
Where it is. Because
it sounds very.
The very first time I heard it, I was like, no, okay.
It sounds very Arabic. Very what's it called? Those Bible Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anywho, well, let's get into the conversation now. In a conversation with the campus personnel, the discussion centered on the increasing number of security incidents across the various campuses and ways to address the situation. The security expert emphasized the importance of visible security presence, improved infrastructure like cameras and lighting, and the active participation of students and staff in maintaining safety. Of course, recommendations included promoting awareness through workshops and safety drills, as well as utilizing the technology such as AI-driven cameras and real-time monitoring apps. These are some of the recommendations we got whilst getting into that conversation with this individual. But from an expert's point of view, what do you think we could totally do to totally curb this situation? Like, we're not going to try to manage this because lives are being lost.
Yeah.
And so we're not going to recommend management. But from the top, how are we able to curb this situation?
Okay, thank you so much, and then good morning to your viewers once again.
Good morning to you too.
I know my people at Eden are watching, so I want to say a special good morning to them. You know, Eden Security is one of the best security companies in Ghana. Let me even say the best security company in Ghana.
Okay.
It's not contestable.
Oh, is
it? Yes.
There we go.
Company.
There we go.
We're in all the regions, and then we are also in Togo as well. Oh. We are trying to go to other African countries. So you realize that Eden Security is everywhere, and then a company that is guarding Stanbic Bank, then Access Bank, and then Apex Bank, you realize that, you know, we are up there.
Yes,
so
you are.
I want to say good morning to our viewers, the Eden family, and then to my friends and my family who are also viewing, I say good morning. And good morning to you guys as well.
Thank you.
It's good you guys are looking very good this morning.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's move into security. I have been saying that let me first commend your station for always bringing some of these issues on board, and then trying to let the public get to know what security is about, get to know the security concerns, and then things they should do to prevent other issues or other security-related issues from happening. So I commend the station and then you guys as well for that initiative. So going into campus security, before you even go to the university, you pass through the entrance before you enter into any of the universities. And then it is a worrying situation, especially when you have people you expect that there will be sanity, but you have issues happening, you have issues concerning theft, you have issues concerning robberies. In some cases, you have issues concerning harassment. You have issues concerning, bullying of other students, and then assault, that is verbal assault, and then physical assaults as well. So it's very concerning. Then, to your question, how do we prevent all these things from happening?
But whilst you're answering that, I'm sorry, for me, I wanted to add that, but it totally escaped me. But I would like you to add some of the common security threats we have showing up on campuses. Okay. Very recently, we saw the issue on KNUST, but some of the very glary ones that, like, even a layman will look at it and be like, no, man, this is a total security breach.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, bringing people from all form of, from different places, coming from all the regions, and then some coming from even outside Ghana, you realize that you have some security concerns and some security issues. So the most common ones that nobody expected is just about snatching of mobile phones, snatching of, stealing of laptops, stealing of, even clothes at some points. When you go to the hostels, you have issues concerning people stealing clothes and then all those things. Then the harassment, we have ladies as part of students in most of the schools. So you have that sexual harassment and all those kind of things as well. So these are things that we expect that people of that level shouldn't engage themselves in. And then, as I was saying, when you go from the access control point of view, you realize that most of the places are very vulnerable. And if the places are vulnerable, there's no security presence, there's no security patrols. You expect people to either snatch the phone from you or snatch the laptop from you, or even go to the extent of taking money from students as well. So these are some of the common things that are happening in the universities. And I think it's a worrying situation, as I said. Learned people shouldn't be involved in some of these things. So I think it's not advisable. So the security set up in the universities, I expect that at least they be very proactive, very vigilant, and then to respond to some of these issues as quick as possible. Because it's not looking good at all.
I think the reason, what even necessitated this conversation is the fact that now it has moved from the very, for lack of a better expression, minor ones, like stealing from, each other, clothes, pens and all, to killing.
Killing, yes.
I saw an assessment being done on Facebook, and I thought this was actually really brilliant. The person was saying that let's even talk about the biggest security threat, which is the mental health of some of these students. Some of them are too narcissistic to be around people, and they need to be addressed. Somebody I would have never thought that that's a security threat, really and truly. When you're looking at this, when you ask me what's a security threat, I'm not brilliantly going to jump into, oh my God, the mental state of a person is even important to look at.
Very, very
but
important.
that's what we're looking at right now. Some of the things that came out of this very recent one, unfortunately for this young girl, apparently that she was being physically assaulted by this guy, but she didn't find any reason to leave him alone. But this is not even what one would have expected from a young champ as that.
Not at all.
So with this coming up, where are we taking the conversation from? From the mental health of the students, or from the security, from the school authority?
So the school authority would have to come in.
Okay.
Let me say the lecturers deals directly with the students, and then the students also have their leaders as well. And sometimes mental health, if I come in here and you realize I am not of myself, at least it should sound an alarm to you that, no, this person has some kind of issues and then needs special attention. So if you don't have that special attention, or you don't give that person the special attention, surely he would harm somebody. Yes, because it will lead to that. It can even lead to any other thing. And one thing that is generating from all these things is about students taking drugs. Yes, students taking drugs. Some would want to take drugs to be able to learn. Some would want to take drugs to be able to, sit for some number of hours to be able to study, and a whole lot of things. And in doing that, you abuse it. And when you abuse it, that mental health issue would have to come in. So what we can do is to attend to it as quick as possible, just to prevent this person from getting in contact with other people, and then from harming other people as well on campus. Yes.
Sorry, I'm going to hand over to you.
The contribution factor of universities getting into stuff like this, I feel, for me, before I get into my question, because it's a situation that even starts from the senior high school level.
Oh, yes.
It starts from that grassroots. Because right from senior high school, you come with your chore box, your trunk, what have you, and then you are going home with none. Especially with the guys. I don't know about the ladies, but the ladies, they'll go back with their trunks intact and all that. But the guys, even on Saturdays when you decide to even wash a singlet, you put it there, you see a senior wearing the same singlet, you dare not even ask the senior where did he even get it. They have the notion of there's market day on campus. Market day in the sense that you would find somebody coming in for your things at the end of the day. All these things are things that are starting from the senior high school. Then it gets into the university. So when you already prepped yourself in the senior high school and you get to the university, what have you? Me, for instance, when I got to the university, the they said time and that BlackBerry was so pan. Boat 5. Somebody decided to take my boat 5. Me menyan fresh. And I was always on the lookout. So me, even if I'm in my hostel, and I hear that the thief has been caught at another hostel, I take my anger to that.
Yeah, one of the violence bullying.
It's not about violence, because me on school, that I've used my money, that I was using to do 1, 2, 1, 2, I get my money, I go and buy my boat 5, then you come and steal it out of nowhere.
So you get easier.
I'll use my anger, so as soon as I hear
mental
it,
health issues.
Yes, I'll use my anger to go to whoever it is, you get me? Then we were on the university campus where this issue came up. There was an alleged thief who was a female.
I remember that.
Yes, because I remember it vividly. I remember that vividly. You get it?
Yeah.
With all the, because they had realized that, she was a thief and she was assaulted and all that. The guys who were there, a lot of my friends who were even part of that whole scandal. Then we also have, I love what you started with, that the university itself, the campus itself, the entrances, you get it, there are loopholes
Vulnerable areas.
Vulnerable areas.
Yeah.
Case where you're going to learn in the night, you are returning, you are tired, you are with your laptop, you are attacked.
Yeah.
There's also the fact that there used to be a time where it used to happen to ladies especially. I don't know how it happens, but they'll hypnotize you, and then they take your stuff away.
Yes.
I don't know how they're able to do that. And also, do you think, now to my question, do you think that the university, because apparently me when I was there, we used to call the security Asenso Kuti because our vice chancellor was called Asenso.
Okay.
And then the Kuti part. So Asenso Kuti.
Police.
You get it.
Yes.
But these are people who you feel like they go around and they are not doing their checks well. Do you feel that the university themselves need to, beef up security in terms of these people? Maybe these people come in, with SS.
Mere security.
Mere security people. Is it hard time that they engage people like your security services? They engage, and if that's not even happening,
police,
the military,
whatever.
the police. Yeah. At what point are we going to beef up security for that? Because crime is going to be crime.
And to add to yours as well, very recently, and did you belong to a boys' what do you guys call it on your campuses?
Hall.
Hall.
No, my hall was mixed.
But you see all these boys' halls where they come out and do things like they own the schools and act to an extent out of character. I don't think the police on campus or the security on campus is able to manage these young boys. The energy they come with are a bit on the high. The time on KNUST campus again, where military had to be deployed on that campus to curb some of their situations. And so you see, it stems from where Jay is coming from and escalates to this level. That's why we're here today talking about death of people on campus. How are we able to... Now, let's go to Jay's question.
Okay, so everything starts with training. If you have people like students on campus, and you don't give them the required training, the security awareness training, the safety training, it will lead to some of these things. Because the person is coming as a Nino. He doesn't know anything about security. He doesn't know the implications in going to do some of those things. You would have even students saying they are going on, school riot and then all those kind of things. As you're going there, what happens? Your own life is also very important to you. That is where we come to the personal security issue. So if people are trained, the students are trained, they are taken through the basic security training, and it shouldn't just be a one-time security training. Periodically, you call them, you organize, either you bring somebody from outside to come and then train them, let them know the implications, the advantages of getting to know much about security, and then some other security, health, safety issues. Now, when you come to the private security for the universities, when you go to most of the universities, they have their own personal security. They feel like they can do it on their own. But I think that it should go beyond that. If you have 3 main entrances and you want to actually enforce the access control procedures, you don't put all your men at those places. You would have issues. So what you can either do is to mix them with a private security company, or you hand them over to the private security company. We will now have to draw our security plan.
Okay.
So before even students will go to the dining hall to go and then cause commotion, the security at the gate and security close to that area, intel. You should have people who would give you intel. You should have mobile phones.
You have to build snitches around you.
There are sometimes I go to places, not in uniform, never in attire, just to be able to get information. And getting the information, it means that I am releasing that information to the appropriate quarters for them to attend to it. So when you come to the universities, I would advise that yes, having your own security is fine, but you have to give them that constant training. The students will also have to go through training. Even the lecturers, the teachers, all of them have to go through training. If they all go through training, it will help curb some of these issues that we are facing in our universities. So these are very, very important things that we need to do. And then coupled with that, You see, when you have only the security presence, it doesn't solve all your issues.
Yeah.
Because the people who are coming in to cause commotion also knows that security presence is here, security presence is there. Then they can beat security and then do other things. What do? You apply other security appliances. So that is by fixing CCTV cameras.
Yeah.
So if you have the CCTV cameras and you don't just fix the cameras and allow it to be to be there, what you do is that you have 24-hour monitoring system. So with the yes. So if you are monitoring the CCTV, whatever bypasses the security officer on duty, definitely the person in the control room will spot it and then be able to give out information. So you couple it with the CCTV, cameras, just for 24-hour monitoring. And with the CCTV cameras, you can't just fix the cameras and expect it to work like that. Surely your lighting system should also be accurate, especially in the night.
Yes.
You mentioned that sometimes you are tired from school and then somebody snatches your, your phone or your laptop from you. If the place is dark, why not? Because these people are also looking for the vulnerable areas, the areas that are, threat-prone zones, so they can get these things from you. And during that time, you wouldn't have anybody coming to your aid. What do you do again? The school authority would have to come in with a response team and a patrol team as well. So if something happens, how many minutes do you use in responding to some of these things? So with the private companies, we have the response team. Let's say if we are guarding a place like UG, University of Ghana, it means that you can't just put the security men at the main entrances and expect the whole campus to be covered. It wouldn't be covered. So in the night, the patrol team should be going through all the routes to ensure that there's sanity, to ensure that people see the visibility of security patrols. It will also deter them from doing some of these things.
I think every other student as well should also have the mental part.
Yes.
The mental health of every student should be checked.
It should be checked.
Because, I mean, when you get to the university, you are even required to go do some medicals whilst you're in the university. Because I remember when I University of Ghana, at a point in time, they even allow you to go through level 100, or you get to level 100, let's say, third semester, then you are supposed to even go do medicals and then get your medicals results back for them to, check whatever you have. You get it. I think
mental health should be included.
Yes, it should be included.
It should be included.
Yeah,
some psychologists and some other, doctors should be attached to this, so that at least you get to know that, okay, this person, this is how
It's
this
same
person
to be
acts,
around
this person
people.
acts. Because we do have some people who are even with us in the lecture room, and they act differently. They act abnormally, and you are like, hey. Then the next time too, they are like this. Then now there's wait there, say not you, wait there, say not here.
I recently found out also that there are certain mental health conditions that people are living with, but they are very functional. So functional anxiety disorder, an individual who is functional, even with anxiety disorders, someone who's very functional, even with depression, bipolar, very functional people. The person is battling with bipolar, can't function even through their episodes. And so we cannot think that just because someone is walking around and is fine, smiling with everyone, it means the person is okay. So that recommendation is, but where do we start from?
So, as I was saying, you see, if you are security inclined, and I come in here with a gun, you should be able to detect. The way I walk will be different. So you should be able to suspect. So that suspicion will surely come. So let's say mental health. People don't see it to be security threat.
I didn't.
Yes, people don't see it to be a security threat, but it's a high security threat when it comes to mental health, because such people, they act without thinking. Yes, they act without thinking. So once again, if people are trained and they are security inclined, they see, let's say I'm working with you, I'm in the same campus, in the same hall with you. Today you come and your movement is different. It could be depression. It could also be drug abuse. But you should be able to monitor people. That is how come in schools we should be each other's keepers. Because if you are my friend, I would know what you do daily, how you walk, how you react to issues, even if you have, let's say, if you have anger issues.
Anger issues, I was going to say that.
Yes, anger issues, how you react to issues.
Yeah.
Some can manage it. It's just like the mental health.
Yeah.
So some will manage it in such a way that...
mental health.
Yes.
Anger issues are normal thing. If you don't know.
So you wouldn't detect, but if you are security inclined and you've gone through the security training, you can actually tell that this person, no, today he's not there, so you have to, you know.
This is why we recommend Eden Security Services, because they are experts in the area. They can help you and train your entire team, especially on campuses, because right now the cases are people are even scared to take their wars to universities now. Because either they go and join a cult, or and in Nigeria it's absurd.
That's for
in
Nigeria, you don't go there.
It's mad. You are scared that your child will go to university to go and join a cult, because if the cult get interested in that child, you are finished. It's either they join or they die.
Oh, they die. Yes.
Do you get my point? Yes. So we're at the tail end of getting to the peak of the problems that we're having on our campuses, and it's imperative that we employ all the mechanisms that are available to help make our universities safe, because that's where we're building the future of this country from. So
are they open? Are you open? Are you open to working with universities?
Oh yes, we are very open.
Okay.
We are very open.
Is it not something that you feel like this is not? We understand it's a business, all right, but the rate at which it is going, you just feel like, no, let's approach these universities so they come in, not necessarily they coming to you.
Yeah, no, it's applicable. You see, as a company, we are ever ready for any other. That's what I was saying. If you are able to work with Stanbic Bank, you should be able to work with any other company. Because there are strict security adherence to, you know, Stanbic, when it comes to Stanbic Bank operations. And then the universities as well, Eden Security can easily handle these things very easily. Mental health, when we realize it, we can even pick you into our vehicle, send you to the hospital, treat you and bring you back. Just that your family should be informed. And then the the university authority should also be aware that this is the situation. Security is coming in. Then after that, then the university authority comes in, and then the family as well. So.
Right. So how do we contact you? How do we connect with you? Since we have already recommended you, and I know the universities are happy to do this with you, how do we contact you?
Okay. So before the contact number, we also do security consulting. Yes. So if you want us to come and do training in the campuses, why not? On campus, we can do that. You only organize it, and then we come there and then come and do the training for you. Probably, if it was a training ground, you could see that, you know, those kind of things will come up. I'll take them through a whole lot of things that they need to know. But this is, we are open, and then you can contact Eden Security on 0800 220 220. It's a very simple contact number. And this is our control room number. So it is active 24/7.
Wonderful. Do you have any social media handles we can follow?
Oh, yes. We are on Twitter. We are on Facebook. And then Facebook, we've been posting issues concerning Eden Security there. Sometimes we have programs. We go for programs, and then we go for funerals. We go for escort duties and all those things. All those things are in our, when you go to our social, media handle, you can get it there, and then you easily contact Eden Security. Yes, and our contacts are always 24/7 active.
Available.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for coming through. I absolutely love this conversation. I know it helps all of us. Please make sure to stay right here on the show. We're coming back with an even more exciting stuff right here on the show.
This is a call to you. The dreamers. The ones that see no boundaries.
Dreamers take a chance.
The explorers that chart their own path.
Unlock the vibes, connect the energy.
The ones that dare to challenge the status quo.
Get connected, feel the vibe.
When others try to think outside the box, you wonder, what box?
Catch the wave, enjoy the ride.
To the architects of their journeys, every connection is an opportunity to explore every experience. This is your call to adventure. Your journey begins here. Be bold, be daring, be free. Connecting passions, connecting dreams, connecting ambitions. Telecel, connecting energies.
Africa's greatest Achilles heels are not her politicians. Africa's greatest Achilles heels are not even her religious leaders. I believe that Africa's greatest Achilles heels is that Africans themselves do not believe in their truest potential and what they can become. My name is Moses B. Arthur. I want to specially invite you for the Trailblazers Unite Shaping Tomorrow's Ghana Today event. Come the 12th of April inside the UPSA auditorium at exactly 11 a.m. The event is absolutely free. We have an amazing lineup of speakers, from myself to the founders of Pizza Man Chicken Man, Chris, and his co-founder Ebenezer. We have the CEO of CPL, Dr. Stephen Debra. We have an amazing woman coming all the way from the United States, Makeda Smith, and other lineup of speakers joining us, so that we can just position ourselves for just one thing. We want to make sure that by the time we are leaving this event, we have been positioned into a place where we can think bigger, where we can dream louder, and where we can act bolder. After all, why are we here if we can do great things? Remember that this event is free, and I want you to join me. There's going to be some amazing giveaways that are going to happen at this event. You may end up probably leaving here with a job opportunity whatsoever. Don't miss this event for anything. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and don't forget that this event is proudly sponsored by Entrepreneurship Hub Africa, Pizza Man Chicken Man, and MX24 Media. Like I always say, love and light. Cheers, guys. See you on April 12th.
From 2012, we have gathered for new wine. 13 years later, Levites gather. It's time to be refreshed, renewed, and poured out. Ladies and gentlemen, MOG Music presents New Wine 2025 theme. Back to the basics. Venue, First Love Center. Encounter true power with ministrations from Joe Metal, Kwame Jibu, Reverend Barry Nikwe, Pastor Isaiah, and Obapa Christie. Date 30th March. Time 5 p.m. Rates single 100 Ghana cedis, VIP 200 Ghana cedis, family of 5 450 Ghana cedis. Sponsors: Omni Basic Bank, Secure Sanitary Pad, eTransact, Knowledge Tree International, Tank Palace Hotel, and Oasis Studios. Media partners, your ticket awaits you. Get it now. Dial *389 *777 # or visit Airport Shell, Community 11 Shell, Bachana Total, Royal House, and First Love Center. Let the Levites arise in this generation. We're going back to the basics. Ready?
Still logged into the very best right here on the AM Club. Of course, it's MX24, making sure that we bring you nothing but the very best. Now, let's throw the spotlight on Cook with Jibu campaign. Yes, inside the studios, we've got Jonathan and Samuel, country and commercial manager, respectively. And first of all, when they came, now it's all about, you know, Bakono. This one is a different one. Good to have you, gentlemen. How you doing?
It's great to have you.
All right.
I
Great.
have something to tell you, actually. I think on Thursday, I got a call from a mechanic who wanted us to come and then...
Oh, really?
come and then adopt a mosque.
Fantastic.
I wanted to find out whether it was coming from
him.
you, because
I don't think so. I don't think so, but that's quite crucial. But well, it's good. It's good that, you know, mechanics are now calling in. So yeah. Now let's focus on cooking.
Yeah.
Why is it necessary for that? Of course, we do know that we cook with water, but tell us about the campaign.
Yeah, so just to give some background, right? Currently, Accra or Ghana specifically, in terms of people having access to water, we have, I think for Accra, based off the data, we have about 88%, and I think actually across the country, we have about 88% of us having access to water. Now, having access to water is not just it. That's not where it ends. There's another layer where we talk about having access to safe drinking water.
Yeah.
Now, when you drill down to the numbers in terms of having access to safe drinking water, Ghana, we are around 42%. Globally, the global standard is 78. Ghana is at 42. When you look at the sub-Saharan continent, it's around 30. So Ghana is doing slightly better amongst our peers, but then globally, we are way below.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that drove us to run this campaign.
Okay.
Now, with the whole Galamsey issue going on, we currently, based off the report the last report I read, we have about, I think, more than 60% of our water bodies being contaminated. Now, if you have more than 60% of our water bodies being contaminated with heavy metals and chemicals, then there's a cause for worry. That's why there's a lot of push for us to deal with this Galamsey menace. Now, when the water is contaminated, these water bodies is what goes through Ghana Water, goes through the filtration and all, and other people also depend on these raw sources of water. So if that is happening, some would say, okay, why, if I boil the water, it should be safe.
Good to go.
But then the issue is that boiling water only takes out the microorganisms. And then those other organisms that would die due to heat. So there are even some microorganisms that are not susceptible to heat. So if you boil, you won't even get rid of them. And then you have the chemicals, and then you have the heavy metals in there. So if you have all these, if you boil, it's not safe enough for you to be able to cook with, because all these chemicals and these heavy metals, you've not gotten rid of them. And that's where Jibu comes in to be able to offer you, one, an affordable option, and two, a safe drinking water to be able to use to cook. And then the other bit is that having that ease to be able to cook with. So we have our proprietary bottle that we are actually pushing that people would use, because it comes with tap, so it's easy for you to be able to dispense the water and then cook with. So with all that in mind, that's why we are actually driving this campaign. And it's a whole year campaign where we want people to be able to have access to safe water for them to be able to cook with, because if not, the heavy metals will not go. The other chemicals, pesticide and whatnot, it won't go. And what will happen is that you'll be consuming things you shouldn't, then it will have an impact on your health.
So quickly to the activities. What are some of the activities that are going to be rolling out for us to be able to achieve this campaign at the end of the day?
So could you thank you so much. We will be launching this on Friday.
This coming Friday?
Yeah, this coming Friday, the 14th of March. It will be happening at our head office, Fosu Social Welfare. And yours truly and other media houses will be coming around to capture that. In terms of access to the product, currently we have, just like Jonathan mentioned, our 20-liter bottle that comes with the tap. What we are saying is that on the day of the launch, people should visit any of our outlets. They'll be able to have access to that with a certain discount. So even with the refill, we're rolling out some discount for people that comes to our various stores to be able to do the refill. After that, we are going to have it in all our stores. I mean, apart from the production site and the stores that we have across, and after I mentioned about 9 of them, we also have the resellers, our customers that do the distribution for us, the retailers and the resellers. You can have access to these products there too as well on the shelves. They can go and get a new bottle there, or go and refill any of the bottles that they'll be having with them. So that's basically what will be happening. But like he said, it's going to be a full year launch. It's not going to be just this month we are launching it. No, we want to drum to people that just as you drink water into your body and then you are concerned about the type of water that you drink, equally the food will be going into your body. So whatever you use to cook, you should be very much concerned about it.
Yeah, that's very, very, very necessary. And we're looking forward, of course, now Jibu is in session. We know very well that it would help us in a longer way to achieve what we're supposed to do, because with all the sicknesses that are coming through, you run through, you're down, you feel like vomiting, you go back, they said, oh, you have typhoid, it's the water you're drinking, you're that. So you're asking questions like how safe are you in the first place? Any cooking competition that's going to happen, maybe that we're going to see that, that we can actually, because MX24, I'm bringing my team.
Right.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of activities that will be happening on that day. A lot of surprises, actually.
Okay.
But I know definitely there'll be something food related because of course. Thinking. So
yeah.
I mean, I invite everybody to come around. Currently, we have some suggestions in terms of other people, even companies or food vendors, wanting to come to do some kind of exhibition or come to exhibit their food cooking with Jibu. We would conclude some of those discussions and then we will communicate it accordingly on our social media handles. Cook with Jibu. So if there's a vendor actually watching us and wants to be part of it, he can actually reach out to us so that we let them know what their details would be.
Okay. What time is the launch going to happen?
It's going to be 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yes, on Friday.
Oh. 9 a.m. I'll still be on air.
make time for you. I mean, when you're done, you can pass by.
9 a.m. I'll still be on air, but that's fair enough. Okay, so quickly just tap on the top one again. How it works. So quickly we could just wrap up the conversation.
Yeah. So you see our products. I mean, and you are a testament to that because we ourselves and MS24, we've been doing this for a longer time. Our bottle is so much special. It has a handle, it has a stronger base. Now then we've added the tap. So ordinarily, we produce water for dispenser machines.
Yeah.
So when people hear that, they think it is one that I should have a dispenser machine before I'm able to dispense it or use it. But what we are saying is that for you to be able to use it in your kitchen to be able to cook, we have added a tap at the base.
Okay.
What people do is that they get some of those dispenser bottles, but then they have to now open the top and now pour before they're able to use it. But then we provided that tap at the base that you'll be able to dispense it easily. When you fetch or dispense what you want, you close it, and it doesn't come with any spill or something. So, I mean, it's not just even the olden day or the traditional kitchen. Even in your modern kitchen, you can have it. Even in your bedroom, if you want to have heat some water for your I mean, you can always have access to that, and it's very, very solid. I'm sure I can see that picture of it rolling on the screen. People can see how it comes with the handle and makes it easy to be able to handle, as well as the tap that makes it easy to be able to dispense. So that's it.
Yeah. Very well. So Jonathan and Kwesi, thank you so much for coming through. It's been a pleasure. We are with you throughout the whole campaign, and we know the mosque one too is still happening. So yes, we are just keeping tabs on you, and most definitely on Friday we'll be there.
Sorry, one more thing, just before you wrap us. We launched the 5-liter too. I think we mentioned the last time, and it's still ongoing. We are running a promotion on it, the refill amount. So those that are watching us can come and have our 5-liter bottle, which is refillable. The one is the market. I mean, people use and they're able to throw it. But this one you can refill it. You can refill it. Also reach out and get our 5-liter bottle.
All right. So with water, you need to just think Jibu, all right? Most definitely. So there are 2 campaigns that are running, and of course this one is running throughout the whole year, and please be acquainted with that. And this Friday, it's happening live. It's the launch, so make sure you're there. Come to their centers and let's have a good time and drink quality and good water for that matter. All right. There's more coming your way right here on the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The legend. KNIILANTE. It's a decision. That love me. Amazing. On the show, I am John Jermaine.
Drama, betrayal, faith, forbidden love. What would you do when life writes a chapter you didn't ask for? broken pen has a story to tell. Every story has a lesson to learn. But the question is, how do you fix it? The Broken Pen Show is back. Real stories, raw truths, and maybe, just maybe, the answers you've been looking for. Hi, ladies. Hi. Your story isn't over. Let's fix it together with a cold glass of Nax cocktail. Catch the Broken Pen Show every Thursday at 8 p.m. only on MX24 TV. My name is Yabita, and I am your host. Cheers.
I want to find out one thing. What happened with you and Kwesi?
One day Kwesi calls me and says, bro, I want to do my solo album. Ghana, if somebody go, blah, blah, even for the media space right now, go talk your mind right now, they go talk to they go blacklist you. Event organizers, they go, then boom, balance one.
Honestly, was a part of our group. One of the times we feature on 9,010 labs. Fluid. So I called him, so speak to my manager. Where?
Patience is a virtue that carries a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Always know that you live to fight another day.
I feel say we musicians, one thing we like do, we know how to create. Yeah. But the business part, we know the add them to whatever we do.
Me right now, as I stand here, everything is about marketing. If like
the people I was looking up to, these two boys called famous people. Their work looked like they had like they were like 17 people or 20 people.
Oh man, what's your thinking, or what when you talk about instruments? What comes to mind? I mean, we're still in the Ghana month, and we need to reflect on things that makes us Ghanaian, for that matter, and African on the larger scale. I've got Doe Lucas, who is here with me, and Doe, good morning. How are you doing? I hope you're good. Tell me.
A little bit of cold.
You have a little, cold in the normal. It's part of us. It's even part of what makes us Ghanaians.
Exactly.
All right, so I've seen two or about 3 different instruments here. Run me through them and their names, and because I'm seeing some of our signs and our drink signs on it. What is this called?
All right, so this instrument is called the seprewa.
Seprewa.
Yeah, so it's in 3 syllables.
Okay.
We have se,
pre, and then wa. Okay.
So se means to speak. Pre means to play.
Play.
And wa means kitwa. So that means this small instrument speaks
whilst we're playing.
Exactly.
Okay. Interesting. Seprewa.
Yes. So it's a harp lute.
Okay.
And this is from Ghana.
Okay. It was made in Ghana?
Yes, made in Ghana.
Wow.
2,000 years ago, even more.
Wow.
Yeah, found in the western north.
Western north?
Yes, Ghana.
Okay.
Yes, that's the Akan.
Okay.
It's a free.
Okay. All right. It's not common, is it?
It is now common.
It is now common.
Exactly.
I like
because
that.
it is this instrument is being taken at a tertiary level.
Okay.
Like
University of Ghana.
Then University of Education.
Education, whatever. That's where you are.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like I was.
You were.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice.
Yes. So this is how the instrument looks like.
Like a guitar.
Exactly.
Like a holding guitar.
Yes. So we have the strings. We have the bridge.
Okay.
and we have the neck of the instrument.
Okay. The neck is like a giraffe.
Exactly.
Why is it in a symbol of a giraffe?
Yeah, so I customized it.
You customized it in a symbol of a giraffe.
Yeah, but not even a giraffe.
It looks like an antelope.
Yeah,
like a deer.
something like that. Yeah, deer.
But you need Winnie bad deer. I understand. I now get the correlation.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, so the instrument is being played like this. This is the position.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So you place it on your lap.
Okay.
Then you play.
You just play do re mi fa sol la ti do?
Exactly.
Okay. Wow. Okay, help me with the strings here. Is it to fine tune,
Yes.
you know, the strings to the tuning or the stretching of it? What does this play out to?
Yeah. So you know, at first when this instrument was being made, there wasn't anything like tuning pegs.
Okay.
So these strings were being tied.
Okay.
On the neck of the instrument.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know, when things started changing.
Of course,
yes,
we need to
more
evolve.
yeah, exactly.
Culture is dynamic, so yeah.
Then we just took the idea from the guitar.
Okay. All right, just to
just for tuning, so that it becomes so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone in wood, just like something like this on the that I'm saying exactly.
Okay. All right. All right, away from that, that's separate. Yeah. And now we get to this one. What's this one called? This is something that I think I've seen. This in particular, it looks
exactly.
Yes. So tell us, what's this one too called?
So, this is called kora.
Kora.
Yeah, from also like West Africa. Same instrument. All the instruments are from West Africa.
Okay.
But this could be found in Mali.
Okay.
Gambia.
Yeah.
And other
African
like,
countries.
Yes, Francophone Africa.
Francophone. Yeah, kora.
Sure. And also, you know, they look alike, just that.
Yes. This one has like a calabash.
Yeah, this calabash and this is a box.
Okay.
Yes, this is also played like this.
Okay.
This is a posture.
Same thing, the posture. Okay. Beautiful. I love the sound of that.
Exactly.
And then you have the adentebe.
Yes.
The flutes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
This is also from Ghana.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. All right.
Yeah,
Great.
Found in that was Kwesi. Yes, those times before Iframamu discovered it.
Yeah.
From Peki. Yes. So he like mostly composed a lot of Ghanaian songs using this instrument.
Wow.
Yes. But now we the youth, we are also trying to
adopted it.
Exactly.
Yes, the cultural way.
Yes.
Most definitely. I hear you're a part of a group or a cultural troupe or something of that sort. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
I would say for now I'm with Mansa Musa. I don't know whether I've heard of.
Okay, Mansa Musa. I think I've heard. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm behind the kora, flute, then the other string instrument.
Okay.
Like Ingoni also looks like this.
Okay.
And the xylophone.
Okay. I do know that you play for other shows and what have you. So if somebody wants to, bring you on board or they want to, get you to, serenade an event, how best do we go about that?
Oh, you just, hint me on my contact.
On your contact? Yeah. Oh, give it out.
So it's 055 301 6986.
Okay. Okay. All right.
The name is Lucas Doe.
Lucas Doe. So we can get you on social media too as well. Lucas Doe.
At Doe Lucas. That's Instagram.
Okay.
Then at Doe Lucas also on YouTube.
Okay.
And then Lucas Doe also from Facebook. Yeah.
Just in a split second, if you were to change something about our Ghanaian culture, as far as these instruments is concerned and all that, what would it be?
Yeah, so, let me take it from this side. You know, our people didn't make this.
Yeah.
Like so useful, like how, like when you go to Mali, you see even kids playing the choral. You
wasn't
like, wow.
inculcated to us.
Exactly, but here in Ghana, we don't have anything like that. Because I could remember when I was doing music, my parents were like, no.
Why are you doing music?
Here? Why will you go and do music at a tertiary? But I said, no, I know what I want to do, and I know where I want to take this instrument. Yes. I can be a scientist, and when I play this instrument, there's a lot of
healing.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely.
There's
someone goes into coma, they'll tell you to play their favorite song.
Exactly. Which is therapy. Yeah. You understand? So there's a lot in music. Music is everything. Yeah. Mathematics, science, everything. Geography, everything. It's everything. So if I'm to change this, then the first thing is our people should change their mindset.
It's about the mindset.
Exactly.
I like that.
Because these instruments and other instruments, let's say music in a whole, is a favorite or is a field that when you go to, there's a lot going on there. Because what music does to me, I think if anyone else is there, you are mind blown. And it pays as well.
It pays?
Exactly.
Wow. I like that. Well, Lucas, thank you so much for coming through. We're definitely going to have a wonderful performance with you, a live performance with you right here on MX24 and on the AM Club. It's been a wonderful time having all these instruments, saprewa, the kora, and then what have you, that entertainment and more. Most definitely. Wow, lovely. Well, it's been a fantastic moment, on the show right here, and we have news for you, though. Yes, so if we can have it on the screens for you, it's all about. Yes, so we're asking, what are your expectations ahead of the 2025 budget presentation by the Finance Minister, Kwesi Fosu? Live on our pages, of course, across all social media networks is MX24GH, but especially on X. Please keep the conversations running through, because just in a bit, most definitely we'll be hearing in from the Finance Minister, Kwesi Fosu. So please kindly let us know. But what are your expectations?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
Just give me one. Just one.
Yeah, so I will still talk about like mindsets of our people, especially our music industry. So my expectation is that our people should bring back our music to life. Yes.
Okay. Well, let's see if there's a budget in there for our musicians and our music lovers out there. But thank you very much. So keep the conversation alive. Of course, it is MX24GH across board, AM Club / MX24 it is. So please, we need your suggestions. We need your opinions. They'll be taken into good consideration. My name is Kojo Dasebre. We'll see you same time tomorrow. But while the conversation still stays with MX24, it is on all social media networks, all right? But it's bye-bye for now.